Buongiorno. As the saying goes, every road leads to Rome. And now I'm going to show you what you should do and see in the Italian capital. This video will be about my first day in the city. I will take you to the ancient ruins, and in the next one we will discover the treasures of the Vatican City. I will also show you the best spots to see the sunset and several hidden gems. And at the end of the video, I will share some tips with you to help you plan your own trip, which you can also find in my free travel guide. So, let's start packing. Even though 2/3 of the original Colosseum has been destroyed over time, it is still the most famous ancient Roman building and the main symbol of Rome. Sadly, it was damaged by earthquakes and used as material for constructions of new buildings. If I say Colosseum, probably the gladiator fights come to your mind. Gladiators were sort of the sex symbols of that time, and unlike the common myth, not all of them were slaves. Some of them were ex-soldiers or even women. The entrance was free, or paid by the emperors to distract the poor from their poverty. Now the Colosseum is a huge attraction with more than 7 million visitors every year. Due to the crowds, make sure you have a reservation. Buy the combined ticket for the Colosseum and the Roman Forum online before you arrive in Rome. The combined ticket is valid for 1 day, and I suggest to start your first day here. With the special arena floor access, you can walk in the arena and admire the building from where once the gladiators stood. You probably heard the story about Romulus and Remus and the she-wolf who found and fed them. When the boys grew up, they wanted to found their own city, but couldn't agree on which hill. During a heated argument, Romulus killed Remus and found the city on the Palatine Hill. At the foot of the hill, you will find the Roman Forum, the Forum Romanum, which was basically the city center, just like the Agora in Athens. Rome had enormous impact on the European civilization, with innovations like the aqueducts, the concrete, or the newspaper. Only a few buildings remained, but you can still imagine what was it like to live during the Roman Empire. For example, you will pass by the Arch of Titus, the Temple of Antonius Pius, and the Temple of Romulus. These columns, for example, were part of the Temple of Saturn, the god of agriculture and harvest. Fun fact, both the planet Saturn and the day of the week, Saturday, was named after him. However, as a tourist, if you don't know where to look, you only see piles of rock. I think it would be pretty useful for everyone if there were images displayed in the park showing tourists how this area once looked like. Anyway, it's really moving to walk on these ruins where thousands of years ago one of the world's largest empires stood. Next to the Colosseum stands the Arch of Constantine. He was the first Roman emperor to convert to Christianity. His name might be familiar for you for a different reason. During his reign, the Roman Empire, which controlled all shores of the Mediterranean Sea, had a new capital, Constantinople, which we know today as Istanbul. By the way, you can download my travel guide from the link below. I collected every info and map you might need, and also a food guide with the most amazing Italian dishes. It's free. In return, I only ask you to hit the like button below. This way you can save this video for later and subscribe to my channel so you won't miss any of my future videos. Thank you. If you walk along the Roman Forum, you will find the Vittorio Emanuele II monument. It was originally built to honor the first king of the unified Italy. As the Sydney Opera House, it also sparkles in the sunlight because it was built from pure white marble. Because of its unique shape, it has several nicknames, like wedding cake or typewriter. Even though the admission is free, for a few euros you can hop on the glass elevator, which takes you to the top of the building, where you will have a magnificent view of Rome. Walk up on the stairs on the right of this building and you will end up on a small square. Here you will find the Capitol Museum, which houses a large collection of paintings and art, like the bronze sculpture of Romulus, Remus and the she-wolf. Walk through the tiny alley on the right side of the square and you will end up on a lookout point where you could admire the Forum Romanum from a different angle. And you will also find a smaller version of the famous statue on a column. My next stop was the Pantheon, which is the most preserved building of ancient Rome and was designed as a temple for Roman gods. Today it is a Christian church. Its dome is huge. It is the largest unreinforced concrete dome in the world. There is an opening in the center which lets the light in. Good news, the entrance is free. Bad news, be prepared, there is a huge crowd. This is the end of the line. If you have some extra time, you can visit the ruins of the ancient bath of Caracalla or the mouth of Truth. According to the legend, this marble mask will bite off your hand if you are a liar. On the other side of the Palatine Hill lies the Circus Maximus, which used to be an ancient Roman chariot racing stadium and now a public park. It is not the most impressive sight in Rome, but not far from here you will find several cool sites you might want to visit. If you want to see something unique, walk up to the near Aventine Hill and look for the green door of the Priory of the Knights of Malta. You won't miss it, because there will be a line in front of it. If you look through the Keyhole, you will see the dome of the St. Peter Basilica in the distance. The orange tree garden on the top of the hill was once part of an ancient fortress, and now it is a perfect place to open a bottle of wine and enjoy the sunset. Another cool and not really well-known place to enjoy the view of the Eternal City is the Gian Niccolò. Rome is a perfect destination because of its rich history, culture and delicious food. The best time to visit the city is early spring and late autumn, when most of the tourist crowds have disappeared. As I mentioned earlier, plan your trip and book your tickets in advance. My travel guide will help you. And as many cities, Rome also has city passes and tourist cards. The Rome tourist card covers the most important sites. It has priority entrance into the Colosseum and skip-the-line entrance to the Vatican Museum. And a guided tour of the St. Peter's Basilica is also included. What is really convenient about this digital pass is that you can easily book your tickets for the main attractions at the same time as you buy your pass. Sadly, it doesn't cover the usage of the public transport network. The Roma Pass includes free public transportation, plus free entry to the first two museums. The Colosseum is valid as a free visit with your Roma Pass, but you have to pre-book your ticket online for €2 on the Colosseum's official website. And the Vatican Museum is not part of the Roma Pass network. The metro lines connect the city's most important landmarks, like the Colosseum, or you can hop on a bus to reach your destination. Most of the sites are relatively close to each other, so you can walk to. Tickets can be bought at any metro station or newsstand. Rome wasn't built in a day, but you can discover most of it in just one, or maybe two. Check out the second video about the Vatican City, the Trevi Fountain and many more. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel. See you soon. Ciao!